Hello, this is Francine from REMAX Crown Realty, and I am so happy that you joined me today for my new show. It's a series on Ask an Expert. And today I have Anna Valencia Tillery from White Glove Moving, Storage, and Delivery. Welcome, Anna.
Francine, thank you so much for having me, and congratulations on your new show.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited. I am so excited to ask you about White Glove Moving and Storage today. Could you tell us where you're located?
Yes, so White Glove Moving and Storage services the Treasure Coast from our corporate headquarters in Vero Beach, Florida. We have nearly 70,000 square feet of climate and humidity controlled storage. It's also where we house our entire fleet of trucks.
Perfect. Wonderful. Can you tell me a little bit about White Glove itself?
I would love to, Francine, and I'm excited to say that in 2022, White Glove is celebrating its 20th birthday.
Yay! Love birthday parties!
Yes, and we can celebrate all year long.
Wonderful.
We are, in fact, moving and storage professionals. We're experts voted most trusted movers here in the Treasure Coast. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Home Advisors, and Angie's List. But we're more than just residential movers. We actually cater to a number of commercial clients, interior design firms, and FF&E, which specializes in receiving and installation of furniture, fixtures, and equipment for hotels, clubhouses, and assisted living facilities throughout the state of Florida.
Wow, that's a lot. That's exciting. Could you tell us how much it costs? Is it by weight or distance or hourly? How do you figure out what it costs to move?
That's a really great question, Francine, because it's always a little bit different. For folks that are moving out of state, and in fact, White Glove Moving and Storage is an interstate agent with Beacon's van lines, which means we can help facilitate moves both into and out of the state of Florida. Those are in fact done by weight.
Okay.
So when you see those weigh stations on the side of the expressway or the turnpikes, those are mandatory that we pull over and we get weighed, and that's how the actual pricing is configured to the customer. Of course, those numbers are computed ahead of time during a survey, but exact numbers are done on those toll roads and those weight stations. Local moves, though, are really more or less by the hour. And at White Glove, we're very proud of the fact that we provide bound pricing. Over 90% of the local moves that we bid are bound prices. So our customers know exactly how much it's going to cost to the penny with no surprises.
Wonderful. And so the interstate ones are also, can you give them an estimate of what it's going to cost?
We sure can, and we do a big bulk of those with the bound price as well. We're very good, 20 plus years in the industry, and with each of our relocation specialists having nearly 100 years of cumulative experience in the moving industry, we really have a good idea of what things weigh and what that projected number is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, oftentimes when it comes to a move, there's sometimes curveballs that are presented, and at the end of the day, whatever that weight ticket number is what the federal government takes their tariff on and so forth.
Perfect. Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about your fleet of trucks in the Treasure Coast here?
I don't mean to brag, Francine, but they are incredibly attractive trucks. Yes.
They are.
Yes.
I see them all over the place.
With assorted sizes. So we have trucks literally for every scope of job performance that we do. We have the smaller box trucks, we have pack vans, and we have big trucks, including tractor trailers, to help with some of those nationwide shipping move jobs that we are able to facilitate. But with the 16 trucks in our fleet, it makes it easy for us to be able to help folks with the move, especially if it's like back-to-back closings and we might have to keep items on a truck overnight. Smaller entities aren't really able to keep goods on a truck overnight. They're probably booked for the next day. Everything has to be offloaded. At White Glove, with the size fleet that we have, we can typically honor that for our customers. The less times you handle something, the better off it is.
Yes.
And we're really proud of the fact that we can make that easy for our buyers and sellers.
That's wonderful. Do you pack the physical whole house, or do you pack partial, or can the homeowner pack? What is your packing procedure?
All of the above, Francine.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we can do it all. So depending on the customer's needs, expectations, and budget, we can do as much or as little as they want. If they are looking to pack themselves, during the time of the survey, our relocation experts are often able to give them a projection of how many of each size boxes they will need. As a matter of fact, at our corporate headquarters, we do provide moving kits. So folks are able to easily arrange for pickup or delivery of their moving kit so they can slowly start that process on their own. But White Glove, living up to its name, we're very capable of helping with the entire pack. And we like making it easy for our customers.
Exactly. Yeah, I love easy.
Yeah.
So the packs that you give out, they're boxes for. So you obviously give them boxes and packing material.
Yep.
So do you give like if they have X amount of pictures, picture boxes or things like that to help them pack their house?
We sure do. So in the packing kits, you're going to have an assortment of sizes of boxes in addition to the packing tape, the tape gun, and so forth. When it comes to pictures and specialty high-end pieces, even if someone's looking to pack themselves, it may be in their best interest to have the professionals take over just certain pieces, especially if they want a certain level of peace of mind to be coupled with it. So anything of high value, you're able to take a la carte valuation coverage and allow for the professionals to handle certain pieces and then the owner to handle the other.
Oh, that's a wonderful service. So they can kind of pick what they want to do and have you help with what they can't do. That's great.
Right. And to that same point, Francine, once we get to the destination, we can even help them professionally hang all of those pictures and art pieces.
Nice.
There's a real art to hanging art.
Yes, I bet there is. So as far as the interstate packing and moving, can they track their shipment and know where their shipment is at all times and know when they're going to get their shipment?
What's interesting post-COVID is the high demand nationwide that's occurred for transportation, moving, storage services in conjunction with how hot the real estate market is. So depending on the price point that the customers are looking for, that would then guarantee whether it's a day certain delivery or a range. And when it comes to the range, you usually get more competitive pricing. It also means that your shipment is usually coupled with other shipments along the way. And there's things that happen as a result of that, right? That's why you're given a window. So there might be a fluke winter storm, or there might be some sort of big accident on the highway that might delay actual deliveries. So with that in mind, we're always able to have communication with the driver, and you're always able to have a point of contact with your long haul coordinator at White Glove Moving and Storage. We're always able to tell you an approximate ETA of where your driver is, but a window is just that, a window, because of variables that could come into play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a tracking ID number that you would have for an individual package.
Right.
But you can always have communication with your long haul coordinator to be updated with your steps along the way, depending on how big of a window spread you have. But if you have a day certain, the day certain will
be guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So the window, is the window like a week or is it like a couple weeks? How long of time is a window that you give someone?
It all varies. It varies on the season. So typically nationwide, you'll notice that the window may increase slightly during the summer months when moving season is at its peak throughout the country.
Okay.
And so that's usually mid-May through mid-September.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then the other months of the year, you'll notice that you can get a smaller window. So that window may be anywhere from 4 to 10 business days, give or take.
Okay, that's interesting because our season down here is typically
kind of the reverse.
Yeah, the reverse. Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. Do you do background checks on your employees and companies that you use?
Absolutely, 100%.
Wonderful. And how long does it take, and when should I call a moving company? Meaning, like, when should I plan to, if I was going to have a moving company come in and do my packing and everything of my house? How far in advance is typical?
It's a different world, Francine, post-COVID, and I would say it's always recommended that you give the professional movers as much time as possible so that they can accommodate your schedule. With demand as high as it is, the more time the better. I have always thought that getting a bid prior to listing your home was in the best interest of the customer. This is for two reasons. First off, you could oftentimes build that price of the move into your asking price. Secondly, it affords you the ability to look at actual circumstances and range. So if you think that the movers are saying it's going to take a full day to pack, a full day to move, here's our pricing, you have that information in the back of your mind so that should something go under contract quickly, the information is already there for the moving company and they can simply plug and play, knowing that there's a number of other people looking for those same services in that same scope. It's always the last and the first week of the month that typically fill up the quickest.
Okay.
As folks are transitioning.
Yes. And our closings are usually the last or first week of the month.
Correct. So knowing that you're looking at something like that, it would behoove you or the individual looking to potentially move to get that legwork done preemptively. And now, with there being so many cash buyers and that cash buyer being able to dictate the terms 10 days, hey, I want to take over in 10 days. Well, if we're only able to get out and give the estimate within that 10-day window, chances are that that time frame on the calendar for the manpower to be able to make that happen has already been filled.
Right.
So again, knowing what the market is doing right now, if you even think that you're looking to sell in the future, it wouldn't hurt you to call your mover ahead of time, or prospective movers ahead of time, and get that legwork in place, get an idea of what that cost is going to be. Also consider what items you might want to get rid of when you're going through the house, and especially if you're moving over state lines with it based on weight, you don't want that weight in pieces of furniture that you're probably not going to reuse, or in canned goods that you're not going to want once you get to your new location. When you're meeting with your relocation specialist, they can give you lots of tips and tricks on how to reduce some of that and save you money in the end.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm. That's great. Do you, you said this a little bit in the beginning, but just to recap, do you store, like you leave stuff, you can leave stuff on the truck for a night, but do you have storage here?
Lots of it.
And it's climate controlled. So can you tell us a little bit about your storage here?
Yes. So we actually, since COVID, have acquired a second warehouse just to help with the demand. Demand's never been higher. And at our warehouses, we do more than just residential storage. In fact, there's a number of our clients that, as they transition from a house, they might start buying new pieces, right? So we might have some of their pieces, and they start shopping, and especially with the supply chains doing what they're doing presently, order new pieces. They can literally have everything drop shipped here, and we simply add it to the storage that they already have.
Wow.
So that's a unique aspect of providing full service storage. With that in mind, it can stay with us as little or as long as needed. Whether it's one night and we hold it on the truck, 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 months, 1 to 2 years, depending on the needs of our clients. There's a number of folks that are doing new construction, which has been delayed because of supply chains. Everything's safe and sound with us. It's done by the amount of space the items actually take up, and because we own the properties and we own the storage, we're able to also prorate the storage for the amount of time it's actually with us. So it's a very fair and balanced approach to providing storage solutions. And we all know, inevitably, if you want something, it's probably in the back at the bottom.
Right.
And
Yes.
so by having the white glove staff, the warehouse staff, be able to retrieve items for you in the event that things are here longer than you initially projected, and you want those skis because you're going on a ski trip, we can pull them, and we can even arrange for delivery or pickup.
Wonderful. Wow, that's great. Now, what if I can't move on the day of closing? You would be able to accommodate someone leaving it overnight or whatever they may need?
Absolutely. And keep in mind, too, that this is commonplace in the world
Yes,
of moving
really.
and storage. We understand this. And the moment that a client commits to white glove, we understand them, we know what their scope of work is, and we are able to make accommodations based on those what if scenarios.
Okay, great.
And our goal is simply to be the very next phone call once that hypothetical situation has arisen to say, hey, this just developed, can we blank? And our customers are all very good, and a lot of people are in the same boat. So we're oftentimes able to do some flip-flops and so forth, and you just ask and you try and make things work, and it's incredible what can happen once you are, again, a customer and you are a priority on the calendar, what we're able to accommodate.
Perfect, yeah, because I mean, sometimes you meet with someone and they have a closing date and then something happens to it. And the closing's not going to happen, and now, if their closing was happening in a month, and now we're starting over, it might be 2 months, so you have to change those things. So it's very nice that they can just give you a call up and you can accommodate if something was to happen.
And there's no change date fees should that
Wonderful.
occur. And in addition, I think it's important to mention that those instances, when they do occur, it's really so important that the size of the company offer the solutions. When you're sometimes outsourcing to a very small independent mover, when these occurrences happen, they can't provide you a backup solution. So with white glove size, though our costs and everything are in line with everyone else, there's a lot of solace and peace of mind knowing that we have the ability to bring in the infantry to assist in the event that needs to happen.
Perfect. Yeah, that is great peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there insurance on their items, or do they have to purchase, or can they purchase extra insurance when it's in transit?
That's a great question, Francine. And in the moving and storage world, we refer to that as valuation coverage. Not all movers are created equal, and not all movers provide valuation coverage. At White Glove Moving and Storage, we're proud that we do provide valuation coverage with a couple different options of deductibles. And as I mentioned earlier, you can do that on the entire shipment. You can just do it on a la carte, high-end pieces. But yes, that is available to the customer. It is at an upcharge. Though if you're going a great distance, or if you do have items of high sentimental or high value, it is always encouraged.
Right, yes, exactly. How do I pay for my move? Do you take credit cards? How does someone typically pay for their move? Beforehand, after?
So when it comes to local moves, we handle payment once services are rendered. A credit card is a great way to earn some points, that's for sure. We also do accept cash or cashier's checks.
Okay.
And when it comes to interstate moves, cashier check or credit card is the only mode of payment acceptance. And we typically request payment the day that the shipment is being picked up when it comes to an interstate move.
Perfect.
And interstate meaning you're leaving the state of origin.
Correct, yes. Okay. And do you offer any discounts, like military, senior, AAA?
We do provide a discount for our seniors, for our veterans, and for our realtor referrals. With demand as high as it is, we try and be cognizant of the fact that a lot of our men are working overtime, and of course the cost of fuel and supplies are steadily on the rise. So every discount does make a difference in the grand scheme of things, and we always appreciate being able to honor those referrals and our veterans and seniors, and giving them a little nod every chance that we can, for sure.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's great. So is there anything that you would like to add that I may have forgot to ask that people always ask you all the time?
Well, at whitegloveusa.com, which is our website, there are some great tips. There's some frequently asked questions that are oftentimes brought up, like, is it customary to tip your movers? In theory, yes. Are you able to take live plants? Locally, yes. Interstate, not so much. So there's lots of ins and outs on those Q&A. There's even a downloadable checklist for what to do X amount of days out from your move. Lots of things that we sometimes forget, like including making sure that you put in for the change of address and all that fun stuff.
Right.
So that's a very useful tool at whitegloveusa.com. You'll find lots of fun things like that. Your 24-hour survival kit, what to pack with you in your vehicle versus what's being packed by the professional movers. And the only other thing I would say is it's a interesting environment out there presently as we start 2022 and having just wrapped up 2021. And the world can really benefit from patience and proper planning.
Right.
When we all are understanding as a consumer, as a business, as the referral partners, I just know that when everyone's understanding and making sure that they are dotting their I's and crossing their T's, everything goes far more smoothly and everyone gets exactly what they want when they want it, and it's a beautiful thing.
Right.
So we can never plan too early when it comes to your move, and there's never a bad question. All of them are good and valid. And this has been an excellent honor. I'm so glad that you thought of White Glove. This is wonderful, Francine.
No problem. And it's been an honor to be with you today. Would you like to give us your phone number and contact information?
Yes.
I'm going to add it to to our screen, but if you could just say it just for people.
I happen to know it by heart. Yes.
All right.
866-GLOVE-10, our toll-free number, 866-GLOVE-10, 772-778-4750, and once again, whitegloveusa.com. You can put in your online inquiries, and someone will get back with you steadfast and help you set up all of the complimentary estimates or address any questions that you might have.
Perfect, yes. And I know if any of you have any questions on here, you can always put them in the comments. You can always email or call me. I can get you over to Anna or to White Glove, and they'll be more than happy to answer all of your moving questions. I am so happy that you joined me today, Anna. White Glove Moving, Storage, and Delivery. I am Francine from REMAX Crown Realty, and I thank you very much for tuning into my show today. Have a great day.
Ciao.